6 Degrees of Will Smith. You know, we will continue to
keep your wife's
no,
name.
No,
No.
we will not. We do not support such
This
violence.
is pre Academy Awards, Will Smith.
Correct.
Yeah, we don't recognize that.
I will name an actor or an actress, and your job is to connect that actor or actress to Will Smith in 6 degrees or less. How we connect them is this person played in this movie or this TV show, and that person played in this movie or this TV show to get to eventually Will Smith. We'll give you a really easy one that we always use as a tester, and this one will not count, no points. Ice Cube, just so you can get the game. Can you connect Ice Cube to Will Smith in 6 degrees or less?
Is this an easy one?
You already know it's your main man, Mr. Jeff That's with
Johnny K.
and
Janelle
your
J.
Janelle J. I like that. I like that. I
Ooh.
like that. I didn't know he was gonna go Janelle J there.
Okay.
All right, I like that. I
Reverse
like
the
that. I
alphabet.
may have to add my initial to
You
the end.
should.
I didn't know that's what we were doing, but
It's
I like
stately.
it.
It's
Okay,
stately.
say no more. All right, it's regal.
Next time.
Yo, we are back with another episode of Bag of Tricks, the podcast. I'm excited for our guest today.
It feels good.
I'm excited. We gotta always, our guests are always, friends of the family. There are people. Always one of us have somebody that's on the podcast. We always bring somebody on who's close to us, who we know, who've had some history with. And today's guest, I'm gonna do the intro, right? I'm gonna do the proper intro of our guest. But Janelle, I'm gonna kick it to you to give us like the secondary backup intro too.
Oh, okay.
All right. So today we've got former NBA player, UMass alum, Brooklyn by way of Panama, representing, a soon-to-be New York Times best-selling author. Let's put that into real existence right now, and an incredible advocate for diabetes. And I just can't wait to have this conversation with them. We've got a special guest. We've got Gary Forbes in the building.
Let's go.
That's it. Janelle, do you have any? You want to add anything to the intro real quick?
Look, Gary's my boy, right? So we went to the illustrious Benjamin Banneker Academy. Of
Okay.
Brooklyn,
Okay. All right.
Clinton Hill before pre-gentrification.
All right.
We had a lot of fun, great times, and most importantly, a lot of laughs. So Gary has been one of the greatest success stories. His name and number. His jersey is retired at our school.
Oh.
Yeah.
hanging in the rafters.
Yes. Yeah. Well, right in the middle. As soon as you walk in, you're gonna see the Forbes name on the wall. Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's it. With no further ado, Gary, what's good? Welcome to the podcast.
Oh man, I appreciate all that. The intro. I'm not even into all that. Janelle knows me. As it comes, man. But I appreciate that. Happy to be here, man.
I love it. So, Gary, as you know, we're going to play some games. We're going to have some conversations. But we really want to also make sure that, with every podcast, we highlight and we give the flowers to the people that we have on our podcast. But we more so want to talk to you about some of the work that you're doing. So I know that, you've transitioned from being, professional athlete to author, to writer, to doing some really cool things. Can you talk to us a little bit about that transition and about the book that you got popping?
Oh yeah, I was always a good writer in school. I was always able to do essays and stuff in one night, and I had a very creative mind. And when it came towards the end of my career, I'm getting in my mid 30s. I'm like, all right, basketball isn't going to go on forever. And, I didn't want to become a statistic. I didn't want to do the normal thing of, coaching, which can be easy for me. But I wanted to find, like that passion, that drive in, what am I going to do with my life? And, I just looked at, my story with having diabetes as, this was like a negative thing for so many people to think of, somebody has diabetes. Oh man, that's the end of the world. And I never had that, that attitude. I never had that mindset. Maybe it's from, going to the illustrious Benjamin Banneker,
Right.
I like how y'all say illustrious. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Because it
It
is.
is.
Some respect on that
you guys
stuff.
don't understand
Everybody
like
knows.
I feel like we were homeschooled in, those 4 years of high school. Like we knew each other. Everyone knew each other. We knew the teachers knew our parents. So it was more, like you're literally going to see your aunt teach you in high school. And, it was a very good, building, our characteristic. I'm sure everyone that goes to Banneker, we're kind of like a little bit different than other high schools that were in our area, the Boys and Girls and the Canarsies and stuff like that, because, we only had, maybe 400 people in our high school.
Yeah, that's right. It's a real
So,
small school.
It's a smart school, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have to be pretty smart to get in there.
Yeah. I remember Banneker, yeah.
But yeah, just going back to, what I wanted to do with, this franchise that I'm building, I wanted to take the stigma away from, people with diabetes or illnesses, for that matter. And, just like I said, just remove the stigma from it and, give people a sense of hope and, it's a new way to kind of look at it. When people see me as a diabetic, they're like, oh man, I don't think you have diabetes because, people have this picture of what a diabetic looks like. So I want to remove that, kind of with this, franchise that I'm building. Not only is it empowering people with diabetes, but other illnesses, autism, cancer, and things like that.
Crohn's disease as well.
And Crohn's disease, lymphoma, leukemia. It's like it's endless. Like I'm building an empire, a franchise with this, and it could go so many different ways.
When you talk about Soul Survivors, it's a book, it's a brand, it's a franchise, it's all of these amazing things all wrapped up into one. Can you talk to us about the whole, like the scope? Like tell us a little bit more about like some of the plans and what you'd like to see happen as you continue to grow this amazing project.
Man, I honestly see Soul Survivors as, a global, franchise. It's kind of messed up. None of these illnesses have, care what kind of, what color you are, what race you are. You're a diabetic as an Asian person, you're a diabetic as a, white or black person. So I feel that, this, franchise just touches or includes everyone. I feel like I'm sure each one of y'all has someone in your family with one of these illnesses that I mentioned in the book, which is crazy. The fact that, we have these, people in our lives that have these illnesses, but we're not really educated on it. We're like, oh yeah, diabetes runs in my family, but we don't know the ways to eat or the ways to, not go towards being a diabetic and things like that. So those are some of the things that I wanted to express in the book. And I just feel like the whole book series, it's going to go from it's not just a children's comic book series, but can go into cartoons, merchandise, toys, camps that I want to do, movies. And, I feel that this is, I see this going, 10 plus 15 years, 20 years. Like, this is my purpose here, and like, this was what I was put on, this planet to do. I did my own thing, which was, get to the NBA. That was my own personal goal and dreams and, my own ego. But, my purpose here, which, a lot of people don't get to, enjoy that, that benefit or that, that purpose, that feeling of life. So like, I feel like this is my thing to do. And, I feel very passionate about it.
Yeah, I think it's really dope to be able to even give children opportunity to realize that you might consider what you have as an ailment, but you can look at yourself as a hero. And so I feel like Soul Survivors is doing that, giving them a platform to feel empowered by what other people would perceive them as being disabled or lesser than.
Yeah.
I remember even when when I was at UVA and the doctor, he closed the shades and closed the blinds or whatever, and like made it kind of like a bad thing. It was like, yo, I'm sorry to tell you, you have type 1 diabetes. And obviously, like, I'm a totally different, thinker. I'm an optimist thinker. I'm sure, everyone doesn't, necessarily have the same mindset or think the way I do. but it literally it went in one ear and went out the other. I didn't even hear that, negative connotation of somebody trying to like, you may not be able to play basketball anymore or things like that. And I feel like with soul survivors and just in reality, there's so many people that there's someone who's autistic that has done great things. There's someone with cancer or lymphoma or any of these ailments, or I like to call it immune disturbances, that they're doing great things, and I want to put that on Front Street more so than the, oh, you have cancer, you may die, or things like that. We already know the ill effects from it, but let's try to like build up the people that are doing great things with this.
Yeah, you know who else has type 1 diabetes?
Who's that?
Halle Berry.
Really?
Halle
Berry
Berry is a diabetic. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not public, is it?
Yes,
Yeah, it is public.
Oh, I
it's
didn't know
public.
that.
Yeah.
You thought Janelle knew Halle Berry?
Yeah. She had the exclusive
We're
info.
gonna put that out in the universe.
You in the text chat, right?
Yeah. That's 1 degree, 0 degree of separation.
Yeah.
I'll call her tomorrow. Let her know that you guys know now that she has diabetes.
But that's what's up. I mean, I think what you're doing, Gary, man, we really appreciate that kind of work because exactly, not only I think when it comes to, in general, like you said, it impacts so many people. But I think as well, just the conversations around health and wellness, especially like in Black and Latinx communities, is so important. And I think like you bringing it to the forefront so early on, I think that's what we got to hit people like early on.
Definitely.
To have those conversations. So that's what's up, man.
It's a Frederick Douglass energy.
Well, actually, now that you said, like, when you were saying, like, where do I see soul survivors? So my end all be all plan for this, besides, video games and, all the stuff that I know, the metaverse and, way that the world is now. But my tangible, old 90s stuff, like I see a soul survivors theme park. That's my big goal for this.
That would be
I can imagine, let's say a parent who has an autistic son or a kid with cancer, like, you have those Make-A-Wish foundations where you can bring like one or two, but have a theme park that's geared towards, children with diabetes, cancer, autism, and it's their park.
Yeah.
I feel that it gives them, like, I'm sure, these kids wish they could go to a Six Flags or Disney World or things like that. But if you have a park that's for you, that's geared to you, that has, the diabetic doctors and things like that, I feel that, it gives them a boost of self-esteem.
Yeah, it makes them realize that they're normal.
Right. That's pretty fire. I'm not even gonna front.
That's not fire. That's flames.
That was
that's
pretty.
flames.
That was kind of flames. I'm not even gonna front. I did not see theme park coming, and that is fire.
You gotta lock
I
in
see
on
the
that.
vision now.
Yeah. My intention is locking in on that for you, Gary, for sure. That would be really, really dope because there's room for that.
Yeah, we're gonna manifest that. We're gonna make that happen. And we gotta. So now we gotta go right into the game. So that's +1. You get a bonus. You're gonna get actually. I'm gonna give you 3.
3
Oh
+3.
yeah, we keeping a point system.
Yeah.
I'm writing it down.
We're gonna let you know that the points are arbitrary. I don't know when we get them. We don't know when we lose them. I'm just letting you know you got 3 right now so far, Gary. So +3, and we're gonna go right into our first game conversation segment. It's called See These Hands. So for those of you who've never heard the podcast before, See These Hands is fairly simple. All of us have some opinions, especially about Black and Latinx cultures, that we have held dear to our heart, that everybody loves except for us. For example, Johnny hates Biggie Smalls.
Whoa.
That's
not
that
him
wrong?
personally. I think the ramen. I think
said he wasn't the best.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Now,
So
See
Johnny
these
doesn't like Biggie. I also think soul food is overrated. I don't think soul food is really that special of a food. I'm just gonna go out there and say that. So with that said, Gary, we're gonna go to you. Do you have a See These Hands moment? Something that you can't stand that you think most people love?
Something that I can't stand. Well, I mean, when you said with the whole soul food, now that I'm a plant-based person now, so my whole like vision of like soul food is totally different now. Yeah, I'm not into soul food either, really.
I'm my man.
The mac and cheese.
Only because, like I said, my whole perception changes with the whole plant-based thing. So I agree with you. I don't get the whole kick of soul food and just like packing all. I don't want to get too nutritious, but like all these like carbs and just like constant sugars and things like that.
Talk to him, Gary.
diabetes, like you're putting literally diabetes in your body. But I'm gonna leave that for another. I'm gonna leave that for soul survivors to take care of.
That's right. +2, Gary. +2. That's it. Just because I agree. He gets a bonus. He get a bonus point.
So he's at 5 now.
Yeah, he's a solid 5 right now. +2 for Gary right there.
I want my mac and cheese and my yams to touch.
Are you mixing
You want
them
the
in?
syrup?
No, I'm not mixing them in, but it's gonna mix in on the fork.
Okay.
Like, it needs to be.
Do you need like the syrup like reservoir at the end, like mixing in?
No, well, that's what I leave the roll last.
Ooh,
to
sop it up.
Sop it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sop it up. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah.
All right,
And then drink
right.
a lot of water after that, right? So that I can keep myself healthy.
Yes.
Or iced tea.
So, Gary, we're going to go right into our next segment. This one's a little bit tougher, right? This one might be a little bit challenging. It's called Mount Rushmore. So here's how.
Mount Rushmore.
Oh, yeah.
Mo.
Mount Rushmore. Because we do not support Mount Rushmore and its
No.
racist tendencies on this podcast. So we're going to say Mount Rushmore because Mount Rushmore is for the people.
Read, brother.
Yes. Read. So here's what we're going to do. Mount Rushmore is how we play the game. I'll start. I'm going to name 4 people who I'm going to place on my Mount Rushmore. And then how it goes is the next person will go to Janelle next. She'll either have an opportunity to take a person off of my list or keep my list as it is. Then we pass it to Johnny. Johnny, you do the same. You can either keep the list as is or remove somebody. And then our last person, we go to you, Gary, and then you'll have to either keep the list as is or replace somebody on the list. Today's category is Top 4 NBA basketball players of all time, right? 4 greatest basketball players of all time. To me, it's a no-brainer, but I'm ready to hear everybody's answers. So here's my top 4. I'll start. Number 1, in no particular order, my 4 are Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Magic Johnson. That's my 4. Magic, LeBron, Michael, and Kareem. Janelle, the floor is yours. Will you keep my 4 or will you take somebody off the list?
Somebody gotta go.
Oh.
Somebody gotta go. I'm guillotining somebody in this group.
Okay.
It's gonna have to be Kareem.
Kareem is off the list.
He's gotta go.
6-time MVP, I'm just saying. But go ahead, Janelle.
It's okay.
Who are you replacing him with?
Black Mamba.
Kobe.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
So Kareem's off the list. Kobe's on the list. So
That's
the
it.
new list right now is Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, and Magic. That's our 4. Johnny, the floor is yours.
Okay.
Are you removing anybody?
Or are you keeping it?
I'm taking LeBron out, honestly.
Johnny
I'm a hater.
is a hater.
Biggie and LeBron. Let's
Biggie
just keep that. -2 for Johnny so far.
But if we take a point away, it goes to Gary. So
Okay, so +2 for Gary.
Plus
for
2 for
Johnny
Gary.
not
Plus
liking Biggie or LeBron.
So you're
putting
taking
Shaq
Brian
on.
out.
And putting
I'm
Shaq.
putting Shaq. He was the most dominant force.
wow.
That guy was going like 40 and 20 in playoffs, man.
So you're going Shaq.
Damn,
and
Johnny,
taking
you got me
LeBron
fixing
out.
my
I'm
hair.
taking Bron out.
All right.
It's like this is an all Lakers team right here.
I
It's
know.
like-
I didn't want to do that.
know,
I didn't want to do that.
It is the all Lakers team. You're not wrong.
It's the
I don't
rules.
want it to be.
That's
I
the
mean, if it
game.
was me, I would have put Patrick Ewing. That's really who I should have put on my
I was
list.
trying not to.
I went anti myself.
Post knee pads or
No,
pre knee
all
pads?
time. Seattle,
Okay,
all the Ewings, all the
Okay.
Ewings.
Full sweat.
All right, Gary. So the floor is yours. As you said, it is an all Lakers squad. We are right now at Shaq. Oh wait, no, Jordan's on there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we've got Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, and
LeBron.
Magic.
Oh,
And Magic.
Look,
But
Magic,
Magic survived.
Man,
So
wow.
I mean, come on,
Wow.
Janelle. Let's be adults here. Janelle, let's be adults here. All right, -1. And it's terrible, man. It's,
Yeah, that sounds like it was funny. That was funny.
No, you said enough. You said enough. All right, Gary. So, your choice. Are you going to keep the list as is, or are you going to take anybody off and add your own person? Now, one more thing. If there was a name that was removed earlier that you want to put back on, you can do that.
All right, so we got Shaq, Kobe, MJ, and Magic.
Yep.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Man,
Wait, no, somebody said. Oh yeah, MJ. Yeah.
man. Wow. I think I want to take I mean, Braun is about to pass Kareem, so I feel like Braun should be on there. I'm gonna take Magic out and I'm gonna put Braun back in. I'm not a I'm a I'm not a Braun fan. I'm an observer. Like, you can't deny the statistics. He's been doing this for 20 years.
That's unreal.
But yeah, I think I'm going Braun, Shaq, Kobe, MJ. Yeah, those are my four Mount Rushmore.
That's a solid mo.
I wanted to say +1 for getting the name of the game correctly, saying it well. Well done. You are now at.
Hey, I was telling Janelle yesterday. I was studying. I was really studying. I was getting my. I was studying on all the previews of everything that you guys gave me, just in case. I was getting ready, game ready.
Getting your blackity black on.
+2 for preparation. Well done. This is what I like.
This guy comes ready.
I'm here. As an educator, I do love people who prepare.
That's right.
For the pressures of the game.
You ain't got to get ready if you stay ready.
Talk to him.
Yeah.
All right.
Sugar free.
Give him these bars right here. All right. So that's our 4. So whenever we play this game again, this will be our 4: LeBron, MJ, Shaq, and Kobe. I like that list. What do y'all think?
It's not a bad list.
That's a really solid list.
I like that. That's a good list.
All right, Gary. We're gonna go into our next game. It is called The List. This list. So the thing with the list is we are going to select a list of items, and then we're going to go around the room, right? Janelle and Johnny and yourself will be playing the game. I have the list in hand. The list today is the girls' names from DMX's song, What You Really Want. Y'all familiar with that song? What we really want for
like 2 minutes of listing.
I believe Cisco is on the
yes, he is.
The hook there. So I'm just gonna let y'all know there are 40 names that he names.
Okay.
So we will go around the list until the entire group cannot name anybody from the list. Gary, you will get a point for every correct name that you have said on the list. And if you'd like to start, I will give you the option to start.
I like to shoot 3, so I'm gonna go with 3 Kims because he did say 3 Kims.
Oh, +3. Well done, right there, right
That's
into
good.
it. I like that, right in there. Our 3 Kims. Janelle, you're up next.
I feel like there was a Tisha on there.
A what?
Tisha.
Tisha? There's no Tisha.
Was it Felicia.
There is also no Felicia. Oh, no. Felicia's on the
There's
list.
a Felicia?
Felicia's on the
with
list.
Felicia
All
on
right,
there.
there's a Felicia. All right, Janelle, we'll give you.
Give me a point. Give him 0.5 for that.
No points for that.
Oh.
Felicia's on the list. Johnny.
That is a Keisha.
We've had this conversation, and everyone thinks that Keisha is in this name of
There's no
DMX.
Keisha?
There is no
There's
Keisha.
no Keisha.
-1 because I think it might be racist that you said Keisha.
That was a little racial.
I'm just gonna say I think it might have been racial. You cost Gary a point there, man.
It could be racial.
We gotta get it together. Gary, you're up next. Do you have another name on the list?
Dawn.
I hope you don't got me.
Dawn?
It's on
Yeah,
you,
your
Gary.
turn, Gary. Your
Your turn.
turn. Do you have another name?
Oh, another name besides LaShawn? Wasn't LaShawn on there?
LaShawn is correct, Gary. I
Ooh.
like that.
Wow.
Nice and easy.
That was the face was effortless.
Nice and it was effortless. It was effortless.
You're not even thinking about this,
He had
but
that
it's
one
on
in
your
the top.
top 10
I know.
Spotify list.
Janelle, you're up.
Wendy?
I mean, we know Wendy's not on the list, right? We know this. Janelle throwing.
They don't have Wendy's in Yonkers.
They don't. I think Janelle's
Oh,
throwing
they got
the
White
game.
Castles.
They
I should
did-
have went with that one.
All right, Gary. If you name one more person, you'll win the game here. You'll defeat our panel of Janelle and Johnny. Very poor showing by Janelle
know.
and Johnny. I'm very disappointed
Rest
in
in
them
peace,
both.
DMX.
He took my
I'm
3
so
Kims,
sorry.
honestly. I was going to go Kim 3 times.
All right, Gary. What do we got?
Isn't it Ned?
Or Inez.
I'm gonna give him the point. Inez is
Inez.
correct. Inez is on the list.
You gotta give him 2 for that. That was Inez. That's the level of difficulty.
Yeah, that's a deep
You know,
one.
he said Ined. You know, I'm not.
That was a West Indian girl. Inez was definitely a West Indian girl.
Inez.
You heard Inez?
I heard
All right, we'll
Inez.
give
I can hear Inez's mother calling her from down the street.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Stop playing with DMX outside.
Right.
All right, here we go. I mean, Gary, you won. You beat Janelle and Johnny. Well done. We're gonna give you another bonus point
Effortlessly.
for that, for smacking our folks. I'm gonna name them really quickly for everybody.
All right.
Brenda, Letitia, Linda, Felicia, Dawn, LaShawn, Inez, Alicia, Teresa, Monica, Sharon, Nikki, Lisa, Veronica, Karen,
Vicky.
Yes, Cookie. Where do you meet? Is that Cookie who you met at the ice cream parlor?
Yes.
Right, Cookie, Tanya, Diane, Lori, Carla, Marina, Selena, Katrina, Sabrina, at least
3
Three
Kims.
Kims.
3 Kims, Latoya and Tina, Shelly, Bridget, Kathy, Rashida, Kelly, Nicole, Angel, Juanita, Stacy, Tracy, Rana, and Rhonda. That is
Wow.
40
Wow.
names.
A lot of A's.
So here we go. It's time. It's time for our staple game. 6 Degrees of Will Smith. You know, we will continue to
Keep your wife's
no,
name.
no,
my
no,
mouth.
we will not. We do not support such
This
violence.
is pre Academy Awards. Will Smith.
Correct.
Yeah, we don't recognize that. Stop her.
We do not.
Yeah.
Tell the truth.
So what was that right there? That's what.
To the truth.
So Gary, the game is called 6 Degrees of Will Smith. How we play the game is that I will name an actor or an actress, and your job is to connect that actor or actress to Will Smith in 6 degrees or less. How we connect them is this person played in this movie or this TV show, and that person played in this movie or this TV show to get to eventually Will Smith. We'll give you a really easy one that we always use as a tester, and this one will not count, no points. Ice Cube, just so you can get the game. Can you connect Ice Cube to Will Smith in 6 degrees or less?
Is this an easy one?
All right. I mean,
in my mind, I'm like,
if
what?
it's not, then we will count this one. So that's your job. So you got to think: has anybody played in a movie or a TV show with Ice Cube that will eventually get you to Will Smith? Your goal is to get to it at least in 1 degree, and that'll get you all 6 points. And if not, then you can continue to get more.
Horrible at this one. I have Ice Cube.
So think about.
Was he? He was in. Well, you could think of. He was in Players Club too, right?
Right. So
Yes,
we'll
was.
name you some movies and TV shows, but you can't. We won't name the actors that are in there. But he was in Players Club.
Give me, yeah. If the
Players
TV,
Club. You got Friday.
He was in Friday.
will get you
A
there.
bunch of Fridays.
Friday.
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood. That's right. Boys in the Hood.
That'll get you there easily as well.
The sequel to Triple X.
Yo, I can't think right now. Wait.
Sorry, Vin Diesel.
All right, Gary. There is a time limit to this game, so we gotta get you there. Can you get us Ice Cube to Will Smith 6 degrees or less? We've named some movies here to help you out.
Wait. Players Club. Not Players Club. Friday is Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or you can even use Mike Epps.
Mike Epps is in those movies. John Witherspoon is in those movies.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So, I don't want to say the obvious names. Who'd you say?
John Witherspoon's a good one, Gary.
There's an even easier one. There's an easier one.
It's a very quick
John
one.
Witherspoon was in a very classic movie where he had to coordinate.
Mm.
And there was someone in that film. There was someone in that film that is in a lot of films.
Yeah.
With Will Smith.
There's a woman also in Friday, the first Friday. If you can identify this actress,
that's right.
she will lock you in.
Yeah. That's
gets you
a
directly there.
one and done.
She's been in the headlines.
Yeah, recently, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What's her name? They forgot DMX's that died. What's her name?
Who's that?
Who?
Nope.
That's not her?
So this was Ice Cube's love interest in Friday.
In Friday.
Oh, what was her name again in the movie?
No,
You don't need to know.
You
We
need
just
to
need
know
the
the
actress's
actress's
name.
name.
The actress's
yeah.
name. The real
Who
actress.
was she?
She
She's
was
kinda-
recently involved with a head
Oh, yeah,
coach.
she
I'm just
got-
gonna go right in.
You
know
I'm
what?
gonna give.
Oh
We're
my
gonna
God.
try to help him out.
Celtics head coach?
There was a Celtics head coach that she was involved in.
Oh, damn. Neil Long.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll
Okay.
get
So
you there.
Ice Cube was in Friday
with
with
Nia
Neil Long.
Long.
Neil Long was Neil Long in anything with Will Smith, or is there another actress to get?
That's man, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay.
go.
All right.
There
All
There you
right.
go.
The game
Appreciate
gets
I
real.
appreciate the teamwork. This is what I needed. I needed the
Gotcha.
team. I needed everyone to be a part of this. This
Yes.
is a team win. This was a
Takes a
team win.
village.
It was a team win. You won't get any points for it, but we will. But we will give you.
I wouldn't give any points.
But we do appreciate the team, and because you mentioned teamwork, we'll get you a point for that right there.
You
Shout
gotta
out
give
to
him a
teamwork
plus
There you
one
go.
for that.
being
yeah.
the teamwork being the dream work. Right now, Gary, you are at a 15, 16. You're at 19 big
Ooh.
points. That's a
Okay.
solid score.
That's high.
And
Yeah.
that's a big one. So we always end the podcast. With a message for the children. All right, we always a message for the children. And this is where you can give us a message for the children. You can be serious or not, but I think you got probably a really good message for the children. Do you have a message for the children out there?
I've always been just like a super believer in myself and super optimist. One of the phrases or a quote that I came up with myself is, doubt your doubts before you doubt your faith.
Ooh.
Bars +3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add another
Yeah.
+3 right there.
The DMX bars.
Yes,
Like
that was
it.
hard. Thank you so much, man. Yo, I think right now, with that said, Gary Forbes ends up with a 22.
That's Hall of
solid
Fame.
Solid high number.
score. We're just gonna
That's
let
Hall
you know
of Fame
22
numbers right there,
is
Gary.
strong. You know what I mean? So, Gary, want to say on behalf of the team at Bag of Tricks, thank you so much for joining us. Let's give Gary a round of applause. Yes.
Appreciate
Ashe,
you
ashe.
for having me. I
Ashe,
enjoyed it.
indeed. So Gary, we're gonna make sure again to also not only continue to plug the work that you're doing. It's such amazing work. So we're gonna go out there. We're gonna buy the book. We're gonna
Yes.
do the work. We're gonna make sure that that we continue to support you and just keep us posted as we continue to move on. Anything we could do to support, you already got us. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a monsoon, man. It's just gonna keep coming one after another. These comic books, man. So just be ready for it, Soul Survivors.
All right, say no
man.
more. Gary Forbes, thank y'all. Thank you for coming to Bag of Tricks.
Salute.